I'm Renee. This is Renee Genet. I am an intuitive mentor, mystic, and guide, writer, probably a few other titles. And I live in the beautiful provincial countryside of southeast France. Today's video, I want to talk about the body. For most of my life, I have felt like a victim of my own body. Not dramatically, not consciously, but underneath every food choice, every time I looked in the mirror, every moment I wanted to enjoy something and felt the familiar tug of the consequence of enjoying that something, there was this quiet helplessness. Like my body was something happening to me rather than something I was in relationship with or had any power to do anything about. This video is about how I changed that. Not through willpower, not through punishment, through listening. Stay with me. There's more. See, we live in a world that tells us what to eat, how to move, what our bodies should look like, and how to get there. The messages are everywhere. And most of us spend decades outsourcing the knowing of our own bodies to external authorities, doctors, diet culture, wellness people, what worked for someone else, even. I did. That's exactly what I've done the majority of my life. You see, several years ago, I went vegan. I was surrounded by people who had done it. They seemed to all thrive on it. Everyone appeared to be losing weight and glowing with health, and they were all raving about it everywhere I turned. I convinced myself that that was the answer, that if I just ate that way, I would finally have the lean, healthy relationship with food that I had always wanted. I'd be able to pull off a few pounds. I'd have that healthy glow. Check, check, done, right? But my body told me otherwise from the very beginning. I had depleted energy. My hair started to break. I was in a constant battle just to maintain my protein and just feeling like I had vitality in my body. I was drinking protein shakes all the time just to keep my hair from breaking. For 3 years, I overrode every signal my body was telling me because the cultural narrative was that this should be working. I should be just like everybody else. That's how thoroughly we've been trained to distrust our own bodies. I ignored clear, consistent physical evidence for 3 years because other people's results told me I must be doing something wrong. I wasn't doing something wrong. I was doing something that was wrong for me. The moment I brought meat back into my diet, particularly red meat, the change was almost immediate. My energy popped up. I had more energy than I had felt throughout those entire years that I was vegan. My body responded like something had been restored, rejuvenated. It had been missing something, and it was making that very clear. That was my first real lesson in listening to my body over the cultural narrative. My blood type, type O, my particular chemistry, my specific body, it has its own requirements that no universal diet or practice can fully honor. That is my responsibility. And that is where my power laid. So last summer, I did a little bit of experimentation. And throughout that experimentation, I lost, I don't know, about 15 pounds or so. And and then fall came and holidays came and there were parties and get-togethers with friends and festivities in the village, and slowly but surely I allowed those sweet treats, French bread, all of the good things about living in France, some of the good things about living in France, and they gradually crept back in. And I noticed it and thought, I'm going to do a reset in the new year. And so when the new year came and I had a vacation planned at the end of January, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to go enjoy my vacation and then I'll start a reset when I get back. So that's what I did. I began a health reset, not a diet, a reset, a decision to work with my body's actual chemistry rather than fight it. Once I was home and I got started, within 7 days, something shifted. My glycogen stores depleted. All of those carbs and the sugars finally were utilized by my body. And my body moved into ketosis and I began burning fat. And in that moment, I felt something I had never quite felt before in relationship to my own body. I felt empowered because I knew how to turn this ketosis engine on. I knew how to put my body in fat burning mode. Not power over my body, but power with it. My body doing exactly what it was designed to do when given the right conditions, the right inputs. The chemistry of it was responding. The system was working. I was measuring data every day by getting on my scale, which has all these fancy measurements, taking my blood every day and measuring my ketone levels, by watching my data from my Aura ring. I had all of this data that gave me power in the situation. That moment when going into ketosis changed my relationship with my body permanently. I was no longer a victim of it. I was a partner with it. Now, I'm not here to tell you to eat carnivore or to go into ketosis. I'm here to tell you that your body is speaking to you constantly. And most of us have been trained to ignore it in favor of external authority. The most powerful thing that you can do is become a scientist of your own body. Test, notice, listen, adjust. Trust what your body tells you over what the culture tells you it should need. Listen. Your blood type, your history, your energy responses, your particular chemistry. These are data points that belong to you and you alone. No protocol designed for everyone will ever know your body the way that you can if you're willing to pay attention and listen to it. Okay, to close out today, I want to leave you with a few questions to take to your journal, just ponder while you're driving in the car, wherever you do your best pondering. Where in your relationship with your body are you outsourcing your knowing to external authority? What has your body been telling you that you haven't been listening to? What would it feel like to be in partnership with your body rather than at war with it? Now, I want to make a final note. Obviously, there are situations and information that your body might give you that require external authority, requires you to follow up with your doctor. Make sure that you listen to those messages too. I'm talking about these everyday choices that are, while beneficial to your health overall, aren't those things um, that that could be detrimental to your health and your well-being. If you have something going on that needs the attention of a doctor and you make that determination, please, please, please see your doctor. And see your doctor before you make any significant lifestyle changes. It's always a good idea. Okay? But let's sit with these messages that we get from the outside that strip us of our own internal power and authority. Your body is in communication with you all day, every day. Let's build a habit of listening to it. Okay, I will leave it there. I hope you are having a fabulous day, no matter where you are. And I will just say, a biento.